Hello, hello. Welcome to Brewed In Monmouth with Kate. And as always,
I'm Doreen. Thank you for tuning in.
we are so excited today.
So excited.
We have, since the beginning, wanted to have Noelle Dwyer from Stay Well Collective in Rumson be a guest on the show because she's such a great business, such a great model, such a great message. And so she's here joining us in studio. So welcome, Noelle.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Stay Well Collective, it's really about community and kind of bringing together different practitioners and clients together to find new modalities and practices that they might not have tried before. So it's really exciting to be on your podcast to kind of share that with everybody.
We're so excited to share all that information with our audience too. I know Kate's a little bit more familiar with it than I am.
I've got quite a few.
Yeah.
I wish I had time to go to more. Every time there's a new one, like a meditation one, I need the Zen.
Sign up.
Yeah.
I sign up.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a hike for me, but I know it'd be totally worth it because the few that I have been to, my daughters like them. They really are. I'm not going to say life-changing, but like moment-changing.
Well, that's just one facet of
that.
the meditation.
Yeah, right.
Noelle does like many, many things in her space. From a real estate standpoint, it's really interesting because she's like basically a subleasing landlord to different practitioners. So tell us some of the people that you have.
Yeah, so just to kind of give you like an understanding of what the space is it's a little different than a regular studio. And
where is it located?
In Rumson.
We're neighbors.
Right next to Val's on River Road.
Okay.
Almost to Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
We're almost at the end. So we are a little different than a studio in that we offer meditation and movement and breath work, all different types of classes in wellness, and then like hybrids of everything really too. And we collaborate with different practitioners. But the thing that kind of differentiates us is we invite other practitioners and instructors locally to come and use the space for the time they need so that they can rent the space literally minute by minute for only the time that they need and share their offerings. So whatever their brand of wellness is and whatever that means to them, it can be shared and they don't need to have that major overhead of like an actual rental studio.
So it's like a collab, like office space,
kind of,
but for your world. Wow,
exactly.
so
That's
smart.
kind of how people have compared it to. There's a salon that does like. So there's a few different companies that are doing that now, or businesses that do that now, and this is for wellness. So I was a private instructor and practitioner with energy work, Reiki, meditation, breath work, Pilates, and barre. And I worked in people's homes and at the beach, outside, in nature. And I never worked at a studio. I really liked building my own business and having my own clientele and kind of doing it the way I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I needed a space just like this. So we kind of created that instead of, trying to find it. And within it, we have a very flexible space and it can be used for any of those things, along with any kind of workshop, any kind of really like class, anything that's going to fill you up, anything that's going to bring like real value to the community. So it's not just like fitness or just wellness.
Right.
We also have Third and Lenox that brings flower arrangement workshops or cake decorating workshop that's coming up this week. So
who are you doing cake decorating with?
Yeah, Third and Lenox is coming and doing.
They're doing it. Wow.
They're doing it on the 30th.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
So it's
because that's therapeutic too, right?
That's the thing.
Putting flower arrangements together or just being around them. Sometimes just touching something like that could be very therapeutic.
Plus, you anchor the space with the salt room, too.
And we have our salt well, which
is that what you call it, a salt well?
Yeah, the salt well.
Okay.
It's it's a 100 square foot small space. It's like more of a therapy space, a therapy room. It has 4 oversized loungers. It's covered salt walls on the walls and the floor. And then it has a generator, a halo generator that pushes salt into the room. Salt is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. So if you're not feeling great and you feel like something's coming on, or you feel like you can't get over something, allergies, even just insomnia, stress, anxiety, it connects to your parasympathetic nervous system. So it brings you into that rest and digest.
This is legit.
So it really does
Have you
work.
done it?
Oh, yeah. And I've done Reiki.
Reiki.
Yes.
Reiki.
Yeah,
I had that
in
done
that
too.
in that room.
In that salt room, yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Yes.
we clear out the chairs, we put a bodywork table, and we do energy work in there. And it's like becomes such a more flexible than I ever imagined space. And every practitioner that comes in to use it thinks of something different they will use it for, whether it's a consulting place or a space or We have a medium, psychic medium, Marissa client K, that comes in there, and she does her classes in readings, and then they ground in the salt room. So
Really?
it's just,
Wow.
it's really turned into.
Oh, we
taken
should
on a
bring the
life of its own.
podcast there.
Yeah.
Wow. It would be so much more easily understood. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just visualizing what you're talking about. And what's breathing?
So we do different types of breath work. Really,
Breath work.
everything that we do at Staywell Collective is meant to help you regulate your nervous system. So again, whether that's movement or breath or salt or flower arrangements, it's meant to teach you meditative movement that everybody thinks they're a failure at meditation. I mean, literally 90% of the people I talk to. So it really is meant to kind of, for you to realize that meditation does not mean to be still and quiet all the time. Meditation can be gardening. Meditation can be like swimming. It could be playing with your children. It could, there's so many different.
Okay. When that
Aspects
happens,
to it.
I'm cured.
It's true. That is true. There's moments of
Yeah,
it. Moments of it where you're like, you feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really meant to kind of create that space for practitioners to grow their business, and at the same time have an ever-changing variety of offerings that maybe the community hasn't tried yet, or it was a little too far away, but now it's at their doorstep. And where we're kind of situated, we're like kind of angled between the Oceanic Bridge, which gets us to Middletown and the Atlantic Highlands, and then you have the Seabright Bridge, gets you to Seabright. Obviously, everybody on the peninsula and, just around the outskirts of that. So it's kind of servicing more space than I thought, and more of a community than I thought it would,
Because it's so different, and it probably feels so good that people will drive to it. Like, I'm sure if I go, I'm going to wind up hooked.
Yeah, we'll do a meditation.
And then I
class.
really might be moving.
So I shared this with Noelle. I was on a plane about 2 weeks ago, and it was
This made my day.
It was insane. Like, it was, people were throwing up. The lady next to me was loudly praying to our Father out loud. It was going like this.
Because you were landing in bad weather.
We were landing in bad weather.
Wind. It was wind.
It was
that
wind.
day.
It was that crazy windy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pilot got on the loudspeaker and said, "We're not cleared to land. We might be up here for 90 minutes." I literally was sweating my palms, everything. And I did use the breath work because I was so scared. I thought I was going to pass out. Like, it was that bad because I was sitting by the wings, and the wings are going like this.
And you could see them.
You could see them.
Yeah.
It was
fluttering.
the
And
worst
five
I've
of you
ever
were
been
on the plane?
No, it was just me.
Oh,
I
right.
left
Now I
early.
remember the trip. Yes.
I left early. So, it was the five of us. It would have been better. I could be like, "Who's Joe going to marry when I when I go down?"
Oh, my gosh.
And the breathing, really, the palms stopped sweating. I was like, I could do this.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not a meditator.
We need an example. Okay.
Well, there's a fun fact is that if you focus on your breath, so we work breath work into our barre class, into our movement classes, into our meditations, into the salt sessions, into Reiki sessions. We work breath work everywhere, because if you are focusing and intentionally breathing, you can't think about anything else. That's just a fact. So, and people are always like, I could see people try it. And I'm like, try it. Like,
you can't.
You actually can't. So it's just a wild thing that we don't realize our brain does.
Okay.
And you bring yourself back to your breath, but brings you back to your body and out of your mind. And so you allow yourself to like regulate and bring yourself back down. That doesn't mean you're not going to fly back up again or anything, but it just means that you are in control. You do
and you
have
can probably
control.
Think clearer when you're in control, right? So it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and you balance out that CO2 and oxygen in the brain, and you get like that alchemy, right?
Wow.
That equilibrium.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So you say you do, tell us a little bit about the Reiki.
So Reiki energy work, it's not magic. I'm not like doing anything to anybody. The idea is
leaving all the evil spirits.
Yes.
I can talk about this too. We've had a lot of shared experiences.
It's wild. So I did a 3-year course in New York with a Reiki specialist there at the New York Open Center. And we did it 3 years. It was a long, long process. I did it when I was grieving the passing of my dad. I really did it for myself. And then I used it on myself for years before I worked it with anybody else. And at the time I wasn't sleeping. I had terrible insomnia, terrible anxiety, anger, like sadness, all of those things. And sometimes it's that like depth, that pain that like just catapult you. You're either going to let it overcome you, or you're going to use that energy for something better, and you're going to shift it. And there's too many good things going on in my life. I had 3 beautiful babies, an incredible marriage, beautiful house. All of the things were fine, except this horrible sadness. And I used this to kind of recenter myself. And all it is a protocol with your hands, with your breath, and with visualization. And you're really connecting your own touch to your own energy. So you're using like energy, everything is energy, right? Everything contains energy. And you're using that universal energy, and you're kind of honing it and bringing it into the body. And again, regulating your nervous system. So once your nervous system is in that parasympathetic and you're really activated there, your body's at a more accelerated healing rate. And I don't just mean physically, it's all connected. Mentally, emotionally, physically, everything is connected. So having that and being able to activate that and kind of hold on to it, you're able to like kind of bring yourself into that like longer healing and at a higher rate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I
Tell us your
came
story.
in,
Yeah.
and we were in the salt well,
Mm-hmm.
and
I need to book the salt well. That's going to be my
It's special. It's a special place.
Okay.
You
It
can
is.
go
Will it
I'll
heal
come
my
meet you there.
sciatica?
Yeah. I'm sciatic too. Yes. And
I've been
that
like
is
limping for the
not
last 2
just
weeks.
physical. That there's a lot of other things attached to sciatic.
Yeah, we could
So
sit
could
down
that
for a
actually-
long
Yeah, we'll
time.
be talking about that later.
Could that actually?
yes.
Well, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
say this and then we'll circle back. So I was just like kind of down. I had a lot of anxiety because we just started the business. It was just
A lot going on.
lot
Big
going on.
changes.
Yeah, it's like a year now.
It's been a year,
Okay.
yeah.
It's been a year.
So we're in the salt well. I was like, I'm gonna try this, and I, you kind of think of it, and you kind of think people are kind of
Totally.
nuts.
Totally.
But I never thought you were nuts.
No. I
other
try to
people
make it
are.
approachable.
Yeah.
Like I'm not woo-hooey. I'm
No.
not. I'm really not. I try to this is like very practical and it's very approachable. It's just a matter of opening your mind, heart. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll stop interrupting.
So it's basically just like touch and breath. So it's not like sometimes they have like a massage studio will have it, and you think it's massage, but it's not. She got to my shoulder, and Noelle felt it too, like this jolt of I had a blockage or something in my shoulder, and I was tired for 3 days afterwards, and I still to this day can't explain it. I felt much better afterwards.
And then when you did the sound bath,
Same thing.
a couple months ago.
That negative, like it just left you through your shoulder?
I think so.
so you have different
Wow.
energy points in the body, and it was probably the back of the heart. You know, but I don't put my hand all the way back there. And instead I put my hand right behind the shoulder and usually on the palm of the hand. So left hand on the under the shoulder and right hand on the hand. And you're kind of working, your own energy is pulsing and moving as along with that like universal energy. So you're really breathing and focused, and you're really just trying to, the best way to move your energy is through your breath. So as you're doing it, you're breathing through it and it's kind of moving, and your body's super consistent. It's so intelligent, and it's going to hold like that energy in the same place almost every time. Like it's very consistent. So months later, she comes back and does a sound bath. Acupuncture, was it?
No,
This
was the mindset tapestry.
Oh, yes. So it was the manifestation, Manifest Well, where we had a manifestation coach come in and just give us just some guidance and lead us through Marielle Alvarado. And when she, so and when she came out of it, you texted me the next day.
Yeah.
Like I had that same pain
in the shoulder.
and
Like back here.
yeah, it's your lungs carry grief, and then your heart it's love, right? It's, so whatever, it doesn't mean that you have a grief issue, and grief doesn't always mean death. It's, something coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything at all.
Right.
And, you have your heart chakra, that love, that, warmth, that heat. So that's probably your place where you where I hold in my root, which is your sciatic.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're going to find out about me. But I did even just like this, isn't, I'm sorry, but my husband talked me into going for a massage last week, and I went, and it was deep, and I was like, I thought I was black and blue for like days afterwards. Like that's how much my body hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody was telling me because I was probably so tight and I wasn't drinking enough water. Who knew? I didn't know.
Right.
I was like, so, you know what I'm saying? But like my head, my neck, everything. I think she probably did a good job and was trying to loosen everything up.
Yeah.
but I have no idea what will come out of me. This
isn't like that though. It's like a sharp like jolt.
Yeah.
It
feels electric.
Electric.
So energy is electric. If you ever had that sciatic pain that feels like an electric shock that shoots down your leg,
wraps around my knee, down to my ankle, takes my breath away.
Same.
But I want that to go away.
But you're trying to move the energy. So the best way to get anything to go away and anything to heal is to confront it, accept it, confront it, move through it instead of around it. So part of why it's probably still lingering is we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. And
okay, we're going to be dealing with that sucker tomorrow. You free? I'm trying to figure out what do I have on my calendar tomorrow.
So a sciatica, what is that? If it's not grief, what is in the root?
So sciatic, that's like your stabilizer, right? That's your anchor. It's literally what roots you, and it's really good in prioritizing. Like when you have when you feel like you have so many things in the air and your head's kind of detached from your body, like you're feeling disconnected and not grounded, that's where that could lead to.
A lot going on.
Also, women hold a lot of tension in their hips. And stress in their hips, just in general. So that all of it's part of one. Some people think they have like a knee issue, but really it's their hip flexors are so wound, so tight that it's pulling or a low back issue. Same thing. Your hip flexors attached to the low back. So just thinking about making space in the body instead of going to that pain point and trying to fix it, but instead like backing up and looking at the root cause and trying to work through it. Like our movement class, it's a hybrid of Pilates, it's a hybrid of barre, some yoga. We work breath work from the very beginning to the very end. And the last 15 minutes is meditation. And what we do there is literally heat the muscle, warm it. So it's not like a typical barre class because we have a little bit of a mixture. And between each one of our moves, we're stretching, because we're trying to create space. We're trying to lengthen. So you could build all the muscle you want, but if you're wound this tight, where are you going with it? So you're trying to lengthen that muscle at the same time. And it's going to make your body more comfortable, make you more flexible, more mobile. It's so important to be focusing on flexibility, mobility as we move through our life, rather than like, how do I look in these jeans? I mean, that's great too, but we really need to think about how our bodies are moving and how we're going to continue to keep them moving for like the next 40 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And what we're holding on to and what we're releasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
When are you going back to the beach?
So I just was asked that. We had like one nice day and everybody was like, when are we going to the beach? So I usually go back in April. So we should be we'll do, as soon as it's light enough at 6 a.m., that's my favorite. The dolphins never let us down. They're there for every class. It's crazy. So we'll start with the 6 a.m.s. And that will be, as soon as it starts getting more consistently warm, we'll start going and you'll just see like me. I'm very active on Instagram. So I'll just pop up with going to the beach tomorrow. And then we'll be at Surf Rider Beach Club on Mondays at 9 a.m. through the summer.
And you don't have to be a member?
Don't have to be a member.
Nice.
Nope. Just got to say you're coming down to the class and that's it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because I don't think they open until like 10, right?
Yes. But when they do their swim classes is for the month of July, I think end of June through the beginning of August, they open at 9. Okay. So you can go in with the swim.
So I know these are all people that you work with, but what's your favorite class or what's the most outside the box class
Oh my goodness. So a few, there's a few, you're going to have to let me name a couple. So,
of course.
So Dr. Carly McDermott
I
from
love Carly.
Two River Acupuncture.
She's got to come on the pod.
She has to come on this podcast.
Okay.
She is so wonderful in every single way. And intuitive doesn't even begin. She's an acupuncturist locally in Fairhaven. She's the kindest, very intelligent, just so much knowledge. She works with us and we do Heal Well series. Our Heal Well series is where I collaborate with another practitioner and we work in the space and we each bring our brand of wellness together. So in this case, she brings acupuncture and I bring sound bath and guided meditation. So I guide you through a guided meditation with sound, and she goes around and pins everybody in the class and then grounds everyone with something called mugwort, burns it. It's kind of like sage, a little stronger. It's amazing. Once you get used to it, you'll love it, which is very grounding, and then unpins everybody. And then we finish with a little breath work. That's our acupuncture and sound. Another one is, again, Marissa Klein-K. She does her magic hours sessions in the space, which means she does private and small group readings, psychic medium readings, and she does intuitive workshops and gallery readings where literally just a bunch of strangers get together for a group reading, and wherever she hits.
Come on, really?
With different readings. Yeah.
Wow.
So even if you don't get a reading that day, like experiencing somebody else's is profound. I've been to a few of them now, and it's wild.
Okay.
And Marielle Alvarado, she is the business alchemist. She's local in Oceanport.
Yeah, she's super sweet. Yeah.
Super sweet. She's got her own
Great
online.
hair. She's great hair.
Great hair. Great everything. She's beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Great everything.
Yep.
She's
Mhm.
inside and out beautiful. She has her own like digital marketing business, literally her own team, amazing woman. And then she's also a healer and meditator, and she does all kinds of manifestation classes, crystal. We just did a crystal healing workshop last week. And we do full moon and new moon offerings. So those are always on the calendar. Calendar is just ever changing.
Wow. And it's like a come as you see, like come as you want type of a environment.
And then
it's
you
not
anchor
like a
them
monthly.
too, right? You anchor them with like your movement classes, but then at night.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's not like something you join. You go
No.
when there's a class that's available. But
Right.
I'm thinking your classes are relatively small.
Yeah, we only
Do
do
they
small
sell
groups.
out? Like, do you have to sign up online,
we
or you
have-
just show up?
Yeah, nope. You should sign up online. If for some reason you get stuck and can't, it's all on Mind Body for my classes and my collaborations. If for some reason you get stuck, it's just me. I'm a one-man band, so you could just text me, call me, email me, and I'll sign you in or let you know.
So for people who are listening, if they wanted to sign up to something or just go, where would they go to find you?
So you go to staywellcollective.com, and that you will find my offering because this is a collective. Everybody works and creates their own business. So they deal with their own purchases, bookings, and schedules. So anything that's mine will be on my Mind Body page. Anything that I collaborate with, anybody that I collaborate with will be there. Everything else will be in the shared calendar, where you can first look at the directory to see who it is that's offering these classes and what they do
Okay.
and their background and where else they go. So that's
Right.
the idea, that we kind of share. You may not teach here, you might not teach at another studio,
Okay.
and then you go to the shared calendar to click and go to their link to sign up for their personal class.
Okay.
So for their business. So you have this hub of staywellcollective.com that then shoots you out to where you need to schedule your classes.
Okay.
You know, funny thing about Mind Body, I was booking something else out with you. It was a hot yoga class.
Yeah.
And it gave me $5 to McDonald's after I did it.
Oh no.
Talk about a weird collaboration.
Stop.
$5 McMeal.
Really?
QR code, go redeem.
No.
Like bring this home to your kids because you just left them for an hour?
Maybe, but I think it was more for me.
No, that's so weird.
That
That's
is
so
weird.
strange.
That has to be a mind body thing. I can't imagine.
It's definitely a Mind Body
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
That's super weird. Well, that's so crazy. I'm gonna have to ask about that.
If I get it when I book for you, I'll send it to you. I
Yeah,
sent it to the
please.
instructor. I was like, "You trying to keep me here?"
Oh my gosh. If you get
So
it from my
funny.
class, you have to send that to me. No way. That's crazy.
That
Yeah.
is.
You also have, do you have nutritionists that come in?
Yeah, so I'm
Speaking of
actually a health
McDonald's.
coach as well, and do like nutrition, and I'm not a nutritionist, but I do some health coaching and that sort of thing. And we have so many new practitioners on the way. Some being nutritionists. We also have a functional medicine doctor that's coming to
Oh my God, that's great.
try the
What's
space.
functional medicine?
It's where you look at the whole person. You're not treating symptoms, and instead you're treating and finding and literally searching and finding the root cause of your symptoms. Why
So
you're
this
having
is like
the
a
symptoms.
whole new world of
Mhm.
taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
It's just when they're pushing pharmaceuticals the way that they're pushing them.
which is never ending.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
Functional medicine doctors don't ascribe to that.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you could take this, it'll help you, but you might die from it among, all these other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like this might happen, or, side
Yeah.
effects are insane.
And I think there's
You-
there's got to be a balance, right? We need both, and a good functional medicine doctor is looking at both. They're saying like, let's not mask all your symptoms. Instead, let's get to the root cause of these symptoms. And maybe that does mean a prescription
Mhm.
of some sort, but maybe it doesn't fully, or maybe it means a combination of both.
Right.
But it's not just like slapping Band-Aids on everything and then
Or
really,
a procedure, right?
yeah, because your
It's-
body's trying to communicate with you.
Right.
It's trying to talk to you. And when you quiet it, there's no way of helping it.
Mm.
You're just like petting a pacifier on it and getting on with your day, because we're so used to such instant gratification. And this stuff takes work. I mean, it doesn't feel good to change. It doesn't. That's where the change lies. I always tell everyone, get comfortable getting uncomfortable here, because that right there, that's where the shift lives. Right there. When you feel like you just want to climb out of yourself, like that's when things start to move forward.
Wow.
So what kind of class format will that be?
The functional medicine, I don't know yet. She's coming in next week, and we're going to, so stay tuned. It's gonna, I'm excited because it's weird. I mean, not to get too woo-hooey on everybody, but like when you start putting the mind has such power and your thoughts have such power that when you start really putting your mind on something, it's amazing. I was searching for a lymphatic drainage person, like not searching, but like in my head, like I'd really like somebody to teach us how to do like our own lymphatic drainage. And I'm meeting her tomorrow. Like she just contacted me, and then I wanted a functional medicine doctor to, or some world of that. She's meeting me next week. Like it's kind of amazing that in a year. So we were a year anniversary was yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I've never once had to search or find somebody to come and work in the space. Everybody's just sort of found their way some way or another. So
you're selling merch too. I see your merch all over the top.
Merch. Yes.
She's really cute.
My daughter's a 7th grade girl at Knollwood and Fairhaven, and the girls definitely helped me choose the merch. I mean, I have to really limit it and narrow it down. But yes, we have some cozy sweat sets.
It's the best form of advertising. Good for you. Yeah. That's amazing. And you know what? I'm so it's really funny how everything in life just kind of happens, which you were kind of just alluding to. Yeah. I am so over the doctors and the surgeries and the procedures and all this other stuff, because it's a business. Yeah. It's a business now. And I think somewhere along the way, we lost our way, and there's way too much trust in what we let them tell us we need to do and all this other stuff, and this test and this test and this test and this test. It's just this never ending.
I know. Yeah. I don't think we give
walking
ourselves
dollar sign. No, I don't.
Enough credit. I don't think we give our intuition, our bodies enough credit. I really don't. Like there's a lot of intelligence happening right here. Like we can kind of advocate for ourselves, and we should. You know, we should be asking more questions.
Yeah. Do you remember when
kind of
Tom
going through a mind shift that way with me?
Remember when Tom Cruise said to Brooke, what's her supermodel?
Brooke Shields,
that she could cure her depression by exercise and water and vitamin D, and people went crazy. Like it wasn't a very understanding thing to say.
No,
but he did have a point.
Yeah,
and nobody
nobody
said
validated it. Nobody. No, but there's definitely truth to that.
There is.
All these years later, gosh, right? That was like late
that was a
90s,
long time ago,
or something. That was her. I remember that.
That was a scandal, man.
Yeah,
I think that killed him for a while. That was like the beginning of the. And then Katie Holmes. That was the.
And they were like, okay, we're done.
Well, I think it was the way he presented it and the way he said it, and it was more condescending than it was helpful. Yeah. But I'm definitely becoming a believer in everything that you do. I mean, I had a good friend, Gina, who actually was a client too, who was into all that. And when she was here, she was trying to bring me into her world, you know what I mean? And she would do all this stuff to me. And you just feel so much better with it. And you just have to stick with it. You have to really embrace it and make it a part of your life. And practice so that it becomes.
You're not going to be good at it right away. Right. You're not going to feel all the good feelings right away.
Right.
You know, and it's a matter of showing up for yourself. This isn't for anybody else. It's for you. That's it.
It does become for other people though, because when you're more grounded and less neurotic, or at least myself, I'm a better mother, better wife.
1,000%. For sure. Better friend, better agent, better everything, right?
Yeah. It's definitely a trickle down for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Do you have mostly clients coming from like your sphere of people that you, or is it all over now?
All over.
Yeah.
All over now. It's amazing. It's coming from. People will come from Toms River, Point Pleasant. I mean, not just our
Toms River. I can't complain about coming from home, Delvin.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like
really
we're getting, really cool. We're getting, and all ages. All ages, and we also do kids classes too, which has really been super amazing. I was doing 4 to 8 year olds, and now I'm doing 8 to 10.
Wow,
and
they need that.
We garden, and we do sound baths, and we. do salt room, and they are the most fun,
But that's so much better,
Yeah.
letting them learn how to heal themselves
Yeah.
and learn how
Breathing.
to deal with
Yeah.
whatever it is they're dealing with, than immediately being put on, an antidepressant or
Mhm.
anxiety pill, at
Totally.
whatever age. Because
Yeah.
they do it so young to these kids.
Totally.
And then they're never off it. And then they never address whatever the problem might be.
I know.
Yeah. And we have somebody, Amber Gingerelli, who's coming and doing yoga for littles on Mondays for babies and toddlers. And she, it's not just for the babies and the kids. This is really for the moms
for sure.
to get to meet each other.
Yeah.
And she came in just to do like a little demo so I can get some content. And I was like, everybody just could stay. Like, this is so nice. Like, it was nice to see these women just having each other, and I felt like I remember being really lonely, when I first had my baby. So it's like important for us to
And trying
have
to
that
figure it
community.
all out.
Mm-hmm.
You like learning every day, hour by hour, you're learning something new as a new
Every
mom.
day.
Yeah.
Or it's second or third mom, because your child is different. It's just, you do.
My third one had colic. And the other two were like amazing. My son
That was mean.
came home
The
from-
last one?
Yes.
That's okay.
My son came home from the hospital, my middle one, and slept 7 hours. I was like, and my
what
kids all
people
say he's the
complaining
favorite. I
about.
wonder why.
Yeah.
But
Well,
my-
that's why you had the third. You're like,
Yeah,
this
he's
is
been asleep
nothing.
for a
This
year.
is so easy.
I mean, an entire year.
Wow.
People think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I was like psychotic. I wish you were
Yeah.
around that.
No, I mean, same. It was bad for me too. Actually, my first one was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I'm so happy that you came. I'm actually dying to go on the website and kind of look all this stuff
it's
up
great.
and figure out what my first class is going to be.
Yeah.
Weekends
definitely
open
come.
too? Like, what are the hours?
Yes,
Okay.
we're around all the time, and they're very sporadic because there's classes and different practitioners using the space all the time. So
Right.
there's no set schedule for most things. My classes have some consistency, and then you'll see things popping up all the
I
time.
want to do the salt well.
Yeah.
Oh, that you can kind of fit in anywhere,
that you
right?
can do anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it one person at a time?
No, it's
Oh.
4 oversized loungers in this little pink room covered in salt. And you can do it as a group, or we can do sound bath in there or different things. But yeah, no, it's very like intimate. It feels like a cocoon. You close the
wow.
doors, the shades drop. It's all candle lit, lights off, and it's.
Can you bring your
fun.
husband? Can you do like
Yeah.
a couples thing?
Oh yeah, yeah. People.
I
That
can't
could be
see
fun.
Eugene in there.
No, but he has so many ailments. I'm thinking this might make him feel like amazing. His sinuses,
Yeah.
he's always
Oh,
like something.
definitely.
Yeah, I think this
Definitely.
really might make him feel so much better,
Yeah, yeah.
because he does. He's
Yeah.
That
He's
would
just
be
not very
great.
zen.
no, I don't know. He's not zen at
We've
all.
had
I
all
thought you said
kinds
zen
in
at first.
this.
Then I knew you said zen.
all kinds in
He's
this
not.
in this room, and people surprise themselves once they get in there. When I knock and I'm like, it's time. They're like, it's not time yet. We're not done. Like
Yeah.
all kinds of people. So it might surprise you.
He'll surprise you, because he's always going for a head massage, a back massage, a body massage, a foot massage. He's like always like trying to
Yeah,
feel
fix
better
it.
that way.
Yeah.
I actually think he even went to an acupuncture. He goes to a chiropractor. He's just,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's
we
cool.
need to find something to
Yeah.
stop all that. Or you know what I'm saying? Just make
Yeah.
him feel whole and better.
Totally.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming
Welcome.
on.
Can I make an announcement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
So we are very excited. We found a beautiful, beautiful property to host our Retreat Well 2025. It's our wellness retreat that we do annually. This one will be in October, 17th through the 19th. It's over a weekend, 3 days, 2 nights, at Inness in the Catskill Mountains in New York State. So it's about 2.5 hours drive. It really, everything's included. You get multiple wellness and movement classes a day. Your meals are covered. There's an incredible state-of-the-art spa with beautiful tranquility pools and different types of sauna and that sort of thing, and an incredible farm-to-table restaurant. Yeah, it's amazing.
Is it like your
And
version of like Canyon Ranch?
It is. It's spectacular. It's very like
The $3,000 a
Scandinavian
night
chic,
though?
very clean. Everybody's what's that?
Is it
$3,000
$3,000
a night?
No,
Good.
No. It is not. I think we got a decent deal on this. And everybody gets their own private king cabin. So it's a separate
wow.
cabin, which there's cabins side by side. They're joined through a breezeway, so you can go with a friend and be like in the same spot. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's definitely my favorite pick so far. There's mountain hikes, and there's also a lot of like fireside chats with
What a
some wine if
beautiful
you
time of the
choose.
year to be up there too.
Yeah, it's gorgeous up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's prime
October, what was it? October?
17th to the 19th.
How many people?
We're only doing 12.
12. Okay.
12 people. We're keeping it very tiny. It's intentional. It's like every other class we do. We don't do 30 people classes. We really like to dig deep and get to know what I've seen happen through these retreats, whether it's personal relationships, business relationships. I mean, tears, laughter, it goes from one end to the other, but fills me up.
I really want to go.
So grateful to be able to host it. And this is I can't believe I'm saying it, but it is my favorite property so far.
Wow.
So
How many have you done?
This will be our third.
Okay.
This will be our third one. So it's, yeah. And then,
So is it one of those things where you would encourage people to go with a friend or with friends, or is it more that they should go on their own and take care of themselves? Because it could be kind of
Yeah.
distracting.
I've done,
Because I'm thinking of
people
like
have
a
done
couple of
both.
friends that I think would love this, but I don't know.
People have done both.
Mm.
So I have had people come on their own solo, and then they just become friends like that with everybody on the retreat. It's just whoever's supposed to be there is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And they all kind of melt together. And I have most of them come with friends. And it's really meant to be a weekend of like a non-scheduled weekend. It's meant for you to feel like you could take a nap. Like you're not meant to having to do, there aren't 97 classes that you're doing. It's, you can choose what you want to do or what you just don't feel like doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is meant for like it to be time for yourself to kind of just rest,
Wow.
literally
Okay.
rest.
October
and in
17th
nature.
to the 19th.
Yeah.
The Catskills.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
on your website too?
That's it. It's getting loaded up. I didn't release it yet. This
Oh,
is my
it's the
first time.
first-
Yeah, I was
talking
going to say,
about
do you
it.
have
Okay.
regulars? I feel like.
I do have a couple regulars that come that come every year. But yeah, for the most part, it really does. So far, it seems to be, it's the third one. So I do have some that came both times, and then it just like turns over, and then you have like a whole new, and both times it was a totally different retreat, So I'm excited for this one.
Do men go?
No, I only had women go the last couple of times, but they are invited. Boys are allowed. It's all good.
That's what we always say in my office. Like, just because we don't have any men doesn't mean we don't want
Doesn't
them.
mean you're not allowed. I mean, no, I had a boy in my class yesterday for the bar class. So no, boys are invited. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
I teach private. Most of our classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are private and small groups. So I teach a lot of private classes and a lot of small group private classes. So that would be like, 3 or 4 friends that want to do it, but that time that I normally do it doesn't work. So we just want to do it at this time. Great. The price doesn't really change if you have a group like that. It's just I set it up for a different time for you. And in that case, I do have more men that I do 1-to-1 classes where we do like recovery and a lot of stretch because none of us stretch enough, and a lot of lengthening and mobility skills, and balance is another big one that we work on.
Wow.
So yeah.
I feel like I do so much improvement.
Me too.
You think about what we do and what we don't do.
The hip flexors to them in the car so much.
Oh, it's so bad, right?
Yeah.
So those are rough. Those are bad if you overuse them or you underuse them. Doesn't matter. And so we can work on those. Yeah, I just have to get you in on a regular basis.
That's the problem.
If we did that, then we can, or just come and even 1 or 2 days and I could show you what to do. And then you just have to text me and say, I am watching TV and pigeon pose. You know what I mean? Or I am scrolling or I am emailing. And, it's just a few things that you could do on a more consistent basis. An Epsom salt bath once a week.
Oh, really?
Yes. 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 100% yes. Once a week. Just once a week. And then you'll do it twice a week. Kids love it too.
I do it for my kids.
My daughter
Love it. Yeah.
loves taking one. And actually, sorry, Eugene, so does my husband.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Eugene.
He's
I take it
actually,
back.
the more we think about it, much more zen. Well, apparently much more
Anything.
zen than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, Epsom salt bath is wonderful for your muscles, and it has magnesium in it. But I don't care. I overdose on magnesium to a point of craziness. So I will do the Epsom salts, and then I dump in straight magnesium flake. You can get it right in the Epsom salts section at Whole Foods. And it will literally, so magnesium is better absorbed through the skin when you want it to help with muscle and pain.
Constipation too, it helps my son. I
Yes.
dump him in there all the time.
Yes,
It helps.
and orally that keeps you regular and easily. But yeah, I don't know. Mostly oral supplements doesn't help the muscles as well. That really comes from, we're renovating my house right now and I haven't had my bathtub in a month.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, listen, we're going to wrap this up because we're going to go
I could
tour
talk forever.
the Well Collective with Noelle here. So
thank you so much for thank you so much for stopping by Brewed In Monmouth with Kate. And as always,
I'm Doreen, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, and of course, always on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Thanks so much for stopping by.